we're looking at an image from a lunar probe, and down there somewhere, closer to the moon, is an actual 2.2-ton rocket that's going to set off a big plume. Should happen shortly. Let's listen and watch.
Science, please change NIR1 to OPR9. Over.
Copy NIR1 to OPR9. Command flight, set it up. Is that November or Mike? November. Science flight, confirm that's November. IR.
We are, the science team is now communicating to the flight team to adjust some camera levels.
Flight confirmed, near infrared, November, correct?
On
confirm.
Near infrared camera.
Send NIR1 to OPR9. Copy, sending command. All stations flight, mark Centaur impact.
That was an announcement by the flight director that the Centaur impact should have...
Flight payload confirm receipt of command, over. Flight payload curtain start, over. Copy that, payload.
We should be looking for some signs of the impact on the leftmost part of the...
Standing by with mid-infrared changes.
The left side of the shadow, right below the dimpled crater on the crater, the larger crater rim.
Flight, this is Science. Make the rate changes. MIR1, 1 Hertz. MIR2, 0.1 Hertz. Over.
Copy, Science, command flight. MIR1 to 1 Hertz. Sending MIR1 at 1 Hertz.
And the science team is directing the flight team to adjust the sampling rate of some of the instruments to fit within the 1 megahertz.
Ready with MIR2 at 0.1.
The 1 megahertz signal limit.
Go flight. Command flight, send MIR2, 0.1 Hertz. MIR2, 0.1 Hertz.
Well, there's got to be a second impact, but we understand even though it was not detectable by our eyes, there was an impact, and it seems, according to some of the jargon we heard, to have been successful. Jim Garvin is with us. He's a former NASA scientist. Jim, we're trying to pick up what happened. What can you detect?
Copy that, payload.
Well, we're waiting for the first sign of the flash that we'll see with one of the 9 instruments on the L-Cross shepherding spacecraft. And meanwhile, the observatories on Earth, including the one in Earth orbit, Hubble, is watching these for the signature of this plume, this curtain of debris that has been jettisoned by this 2.3 metric ton impact. So that's where we are.
But Jim, is it your understanding that it has successfully impacted? Because it doesn't sound like we've seen a plume.
Much more quickly. To continue pointing at expected Centaur impact point, even though the...
So, Jim, this right now is the point of view from the L-Cross lunar probe. It's going to crash into the surface of the moon in about a minute and a half or 2 minutes. And it's supposed to fly through all this 6-mile-high debris field. And it's at that point that the craft will detect whether or not there's water in the atmosphere, right? Or rather, kicked up.
The L-Cross mission.
Right, Jim Garvin? Yes, that's one of the ways we can tell. The shepherding spacecraft has instruments in the near-infrared, the mid-infrared, that can detect the signatures of water in different phases, particularly a gas phase. So we'll see how much is there, down to 1%. We can now see the event coming on behind me right now. And then other observatories will see the effect after the fact.
What do we just say, Jim? You think we just saw the dust plume?
NIR2 to OPR.
We just saw it.
So
now we're changing the rates on some of the cameras so we can sample the data well enough to get it back from Earth.
So, Jim, when we just saw that white flash, that was the L-Cross shepherding aircraft, as you refer to it, flying into this great big dust cloud.
Right. What we were seeing was the flash of the impact of the big empty upper stage on the moon, the force of several hundred pounds of TNT, and then watching that flash with the shepherding satellite following 4 minutes behind.
Now, Jim, tell us the significance of this today.
Spacecraft trajectory as it approaches the lunar surface. We are seeing very small craters
Jim?
They're getting very close.
Oh.
Thermal signature of the crater.
Okay.
Our cameras. Over.
Great. We're getting the temperature signature of the pulse from the impact, which we expect several hundreds degrees increase in temperature in this very cold place.
City flight shepherding spacecraft impact. Stations report LOS.
Okay, we've lost signal now on the shepherding.
Ground stations at Goldstone just reported
Last check, 11:35.
Okay.